It's October and we've been digging out our home site. So between talking with a home builder and our lender and the county, we are clearing out our home site to create some more space for our home. So we got started on this back in the spring before it got really hot and we started moving that rock wall down. So this is my driveway and the parking is eventually going to be here for the main home site. And then I dug this out last summer because remember that building was right here, we moved that building. And there's the well house and this is my home site. Look at this steep slope. It's almost a 45-degree slope up like 8 or 10 feet from here where this oak tree is. It goes whoop. You can see I already began knocking out the rock wall that was there and I've pushed it down to here. So then if I drop this height down here and I raise this rock wall a little bit up, it'll be a nice gradual and I can actually have like lawn and stuff. So we're now taking the home site and the driveway and we're gonna level them out a little bit. That'll create much easier access from the driveway to the house so you won't have to like walk up a steep set of stairs to get into the front door. It'll kind of flow from the cars to the house and then back out the other side. It'll also just drop the entire hillside down a couple of feet and make the whole rest of the hillside more accessible. 2 weeks ago, I rented a machine from a company in town because it was just efficient. So I was able to rip out here for 8 hours on a skid steer. And I got a lot done a few weeks ago. Well, what do you think? We didn't get this section dug out toward the fence line because my dad's backhoe started leaking fluid and the skid steer was just not strong enough to really dig this stuff very efficiently. And I ran out of time for what I'd paid for. I don't feel like paying any more to use the skid steer, so I washed it up and parked it for them to pick up later. My dad's gonna try to get his backhoe fixed so we can get the rest of this stuff, but I think we can do that with just the backhoe. Before you ask, why haven't you made very many videos in the last couple of months? Well, in the spring we realized that every month that we spend money on a project is pretty much one more month that we can't build our house because money's really tight and we're trying to save up to build our actual home here so that we don't have to be in the tiny house indefinitely. At the end of spring, when the weather started to get really hot and we were entering fire season soon, we quit working on the fence, we quit working on water features, and we've just kind of settled into the house and spent the summer with the family. On top of that, we had that big hornet problem that we had to get rid of, so that took a little while. And it was just miserable trying to get anything done in 100-degree weather. So since we hit fall and we've had some rain, we are now able to use the heavy machinery because it's no longer like real fire hazard out here. Everything's pretty wet everywhere. Now, I only rented that machine for 1 weekend and I got about 80% of it done, maybe 70% of the home site dug out. So we've now, off and on for the last couple of evenings, just been slowly digging away at the rest of the home site to try to really level this out so that the builder can come in here.
Stay. Look at the camera.
What are we working on today?
We're working on digging so we can make our new house.
Yep. I think the rain's gonna come back, so I might not be able to video a whole lot today. Okay, I'm almost done using the machinery out here. I just have a little bit more fine tuning to do with the backhoe to get this edge cleaned up, but it died last time I used it, so I think I need to prime the diesel fuel or something. We'll get to that later. The last thing I'm doing right now is cutting that oak tree down near the driveway, because it's on a corner that I think will be difficult for trucks to get around when they're delivering supplies. I don't want them to be jackknifing in my driveway. So I'm going to cut a tree down so that I can give them a little more clearance when we have trucks in here. Alright, we're going to cut this up into a neat burn pile, and the rest of it will be firewood. Maybe this long straight edge at the bottom can turn into like a bench or a beam of some kind, but you guys don't need to see all of that. I might do some drone shots of the home site, but otherwise, thanks for watching. We'll catch you guys in the next one.